What is DINKY-DOO? It's just me, SCOTTIE McCLUE. And we are, of course, live on the big one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the internet phone-in. And, of course, it's Monday night. Nothing gets past me, you see. I can tell you that for nothing. Lovely to have you with us, and a very, very warm welcome to our Monday evening show. Now, this very big stuff, show A5 tonight. So, not for the big party. Isn't that just incredible? Well, thank you very much. Let everybody know that we're here till 10 till 10. Lots to talk about, so little time to do, of course. And we need to make sure we get as many of you on as possible tonight. So welcome, 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 I say. Terrific stuff. Right, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and we're live on TikTok. What a great choice. You can't say fairer than that unless you can't pronounce your F's or your TH's. Tremendous stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Scottie, the first lord of the internet. Hashtag FlowTie. They are all uppercase. Very, very important. FlowTie. First lord of the internet is all uppercase. Let's just see what's happening here tonight. There is Martin. Hello, Martin. Hello, Scottie and everyone. How are you doing today, my friends? Cool Dis 1861. Hi, Scottie. From Susan. Isn't it brilliant, Susan? Welcome, welcome, I say. DINKY-DOO, says Joey. Oh, come on the TikTok as well. Always lovely to have you with us. And tell 10 about Scottie McCLUE live on the big one just for you. Hi, DINKY-DOO, says Perk. Perk, good to have you with us as well. And a warm welcome, I say. You're breaking up, mate, says Martin. There we are. Hi, everyone. Who's breaking up? Hi, Scottie, DINKY-DOO. How are you doing? We are absolutely fabulous. Wonderful stuff. Now, just checking that everything's working, of course, so that we can get you on if anybody wants to start the phones going tonight. We'll see what's happening. It's looking a little bit slower tonight. Interesting stuff here, but DINKY-DOO, Chris. How's the talk? Is it nice and fast? I see. Scottie, you're looking freshly shaven and groomed. My good respected gentleman. Josh for aviation, I thank you. We have had a slight freshen up to the beard, of course, and why not, I say. Scottie, your live is jumpy. Yes, indeed. Well, I mean, we're all a bit jumpy these days, aren't we, Martin? I say to you, but I can see exactly what you mean. I'm just checking the signal here to see that all is well. It seems to be, yep, everything seems to be fine. So there you are. Is it, what's jumpy? Is it jumpy on the YouTube? It seems to be fine on the TikTok. Good evening, Scottie, DINKY-DOO. And what have we got here? Hello, FlowTie, says Angela in Nottingham. DINKY-DOO, Angela, lovely to have you with us. Have you seen the monument tower for Robert the Bruce? Whereabouts are we talking cold diesel? That's what I'd like to know. Good evening, you beautiful people. Hope you've had a great Monday, says Ex-Army. Ex-Army, we salute you, sir. Lovely to have you with us, and DINKY-DOO. Scottie, you're looking fine today. A fine gentleman. I thank you, Jack. Very kind of you. Now, let's just see what's happening here. Everything seems to be well. I'm going to do a quick, there we are, a quick refresh to see if we can settle that down. Scottie, can't get through to you. You can't get through, Kareem. I wonder why. Yes, I can see what's happening is we maybe got a dodgy signal a bit, Kareem, because the phones seem to be just doing that little round and round thing. So there you are. Scottie Neck. Scottie Neck. How do you mean neck? Massive neck there. Fantastic. DINKY-DOO. DINKY-DOO, big neck. And a new haircut too. Well, a bit of a fresh trim as a mark of respect for who I'm seeing. And I'm seeing all of you. And that's what matters, I say. I'm okay, thanks, Jenny. Good, good. Everybody well? Excellent stuff. Now, we'll see. I'll let you know when the phones settle down. I'm just having a look here to see what we've got. Yes, we should be able to sort this one out for you. So we'll see what's happening. I'm giving it a quick refresh. I think that's very, very important. Give it a refresh. What I'll do is I'll pop this off just in case it's interfering with what we're doing, guys. Sometimes I know the extra stuff on the internet means that when everybody's on at the one time, it can be difficult. So there you are. Can you see the output all right, Kareem? That's what matters. Hi to my friend Matt. He loves you. Thank you very much, Little. There we are. To win the world. Indeed, Angela. We all like to win the world. Fantastic. Welcome, TikTokers. Lovely to have you with us. And what we're doing is we're seeing if we can cut down on the amount of stuff here. We may have to start again. How's the stream looking? Never mind not getting through. How is the stream looking? We can sort the not getting through later, I would say. Let's see if I can just get this to stop. Stop! There we are. So that's that. That might help a little bit, I say. But we'll see what is what. See if I can get you on. There we go. Wonderful. Now then, output's fine on TikTok, Scotty. You're ticking along well. Excellent TikTokers. Welcome, welcome. That looks like the phones are on the go now. Good evening. You're live on Scotty. Who's that?
Hi, Scotty. It's Dee.
Dee, about time we heard from you, my darling. I know you've been busy, and I know you've not been that well.
I have not, but I'm feeling a bit better. Feeling a bit better now.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Nothing too much to worry about.
Right, because you do worry us, because we do love you on here, you know.
Oh.
We're very, very fond of you, and everybody goes, when are we getting Dee on? I say, well, it's up to her when she wants to come on.
Well, I'm here. But listen, I just want to make a couple of comments.
Yes.
And you know, I don't argue. I'm a nice, pleasant person, and I don't like to...
You're a lovely person.
Any disruption. But I'm going to say a couple of things, and then I'm going to say something funny.
Right, good.
Anyway, first of all, if I could just quickly mention the wee argument that sort of a started in the chat room.
Right. Now, I didn't actually see this simply because there was so much going on.
Of course.
You know, we've got several inputs in the go, and I'm trying to sort of cherry pick on them. And sometimes it means switching off the chat and going to the other source.
Exactly. So I'm just going to tell you very, very quickly.
Yes, do.
You know our Martin, he's one of us. And
Martin's one of us. We love Martin.
And I'm very fond of Martin because obviously he's got his condition, and we need to look after him. Now, Numpty Head was being very fly when he was speaking to you, saying he wasn't doing anything, but I can assure you he was bullying him.
Right.
He wasn't very nice. So I want to put that across to you.
Right.
And the other people in the group were telling him off, saying, right enough, you know, leave it. But he just kept on. So I just wanted to put that straight to you.
Right. Anyway, well, I'll run with you. I mean, Numpty might have had a refreshment.
Yeah, it could have had.
You know, but we're not, that might explain it, but it doesn't excuse it, if you see what I mean.
It does not, because we did remind him of the conditions that Martin suffers.
Yes.
And they continue to do it. So anyway.
Mr. Goatface, thank you. Sorry, I'm thanking Mr. Goatface for sending 5 mini speakers on TikTok.
Oh, very nice.
They're so lovely on there. They really are, Dee. The whole thing, this is why I don't want any unpleasantness in the chat.
Of course.
And because it's going totally the wrong way from what we are on here.
Absolutely. And
you know?
On YouTube, we've got a lovely wee group on YouTube.
Yes.
And we all like each other. But Numpty needs to get his feet together.
He does need to get his feet together and not wind everybody up. I mean, I'm sure it would be a bit of a wind up, but it's not fair because, as you say, you know, Martin takes stuff very literally.
Condition doesn't realise that, and he's taking it as bullying. So
no, that's
we'll get
absolutely
by that. We'll get by that, and I'll tell you something happened.
Here's a lovely one, Dee. I'm going to give you a smile before you go now. Straight up there. Kareem is sending me fairy bread and TikTok gifts. And Cambodian Holiday, that's his handle, says, how do I donate my Vincent van Gogh painting to you? I love this, you know.
That's lovely. Oh. That's lovely and sweet. Right, well, I'm going to tell you quickly something funny that's happened, and then I'll let somebody get on. I'll not mention the restaurant, but it's like a fast food place.
Yes.
And I don't know if you're familiar with Scottie going on maybe online or whatever and ordering something online. I'm not going to who or what that is.
Know what you mean. Know what you mean. Yeah.
The nation will know what that is.
Oh, the nation know everything.
So we're really hungry this night. It was like 10 at night, which is quite late, but we had been running about doing this and that. And myself, my son, and my daughter, we thought, why don't we just get a wee thing out of this place? So we goes on the app, and my son wanted 2 double cheeseburgers. I wanted a wee chicken thing, and my daughter wanted a wee chicken thing, so that was fine. But my son's so picky, and on these things I've got a thing that drops down, and it will say like he just likes it cheese. That's it. So you've got a wee drop down list, and it will say no tomato sauce, no onion, no this, no that, no this. No that. So I was so tired this night. So I'm usually quite good at ordering for him. So I've done that. That was fine. So our order came. I opened the bag. I've got my chicken thing. My wee daughter's got her chicken thing, and there's this box. It's thin. It's like a pancake box, and it opens it, Scottie, and you'll never guess what was in it. It was 4 slices of cheese.
Oh, for goodness sake!
So it was meant to be 2 double cheeseburgers. So I must have been finger happy and saying no bun and no this and no that and no this and no that. So it cost me £4 for 4 slices of cheese. 4
slices of cheese? For goodness sake. I think I told you the story how I was chuffed to bits at the fast food outlet. It was my girlfriend, she says to us, she fancied a wee tuck-in. You see, I tend not to go for them because they don't always agree with me. Anyway, usual stuff. I made a complete mess of it past the bit that you stop and order. So I got to the window and he goes, can I help you? I says, aye, it was just for a veggie burger for this one. You see? So he's going, oh, right. I says, hang on, have I made a mess of this? Well, you have. I said, is that me finished? I have to just go? He went, no. He said, you're no the first. He says, what to do? He says, if you drive forward, pay at the window and pull in at the car park, we'll bring it over to you. So that was and over came a nice young lad. He hands it to us. I said, thank you so much. He went, by the way, love what you're doing.
Oh,
so this young guy working the fast food outlet, I don't know what he'd be, 16 or something. And there he was enjoying what we are doing on the phone in.
Fantastic, Scottie, fantastic.
Now that really threw me because I thought, we're just doing a wee internet thing for a handful of people that love doing it, you know. And here was he'd spotted it.
Excellent. Well, there you go, from generation to generation.
Oh, generation. So the next generation.
I've been talking to you for Scottie FM days.
Well, you see, we're talking, we're talking 30 years in June.
Exactly.
And I don't know where that 30 years has gone to. To me, it's brand new.
We've blinked and missed it.
Oh, we've blinked and missed it. But I've got to tell you, and I'll tell you, there is some serious interest in what we're doing.
Definitely. You know? You're some person. I mean, you've done everything. Do you know what I mean? And everybody loves you. And you will be here for a very long time.
I am full of nonsense, but I love the way that people can come in and join us at any level they want.
Of course, and the good thing in the audience with you, Scottie, is the young, old, middle-aged. Doesn't matter.
Everybody loves to talk, and some of the youngsters don't get to talk. And I send a lot of the wee trolls doing the Swanee on the TikTok because they're just not able to hold a conversation. But they'll come back when they grow up.
Scottie, I just love you. I was watching all the old ones and
shouting and bawling at them.
I can see it when you were calling that I can't mind her name, an old boot.
So
honestly.
she was an old boot, though.
Running
A wee old boot, and she's shouting shecht at me and all that stuff. What a carry on, do you know what I mean? It was a real stairhead rammy. That's really what it was, dear. It's a stairhead rammy. You know, that sort of stuff. I remember, see, when I stayed in a tenement, I always remember an old lady and she's going, oh, my man had to shove me back into the house before I said something I regretted.
I can imagine.
And I thought, well, can we not hear what you were going to say?
I know.
Oh, you never, did you hear? She says to me, I was coming down the stairs, she goes, did you hear about that carry on earlier? And I thought, no, darling, I'd heard nothing about any carry on. And she was going, this shin. She's pointing to another flat. She's going, this shin here. Accusing me of not doing the step. Accusing me of not doing the step. I says, so what happened? Says me, I had to say something, Dee. So I says, so what happened? She goes, oh, he had to shove me in before I said something I regretted. And we just shut the door.
They were the days, weren't they?
Oh, God, what a carry on. Aye, but it was because they had nothing to do. They needed a rammy.
I know.
And I suppose a bit of Scottie was saying, look, if it's a rammy you're after, why not have it on the radio with me?
Exactly. Oh, you were the best. Absolutely. Honestly, the tears used to stream down my still even when I'm going to YouTube listening to them, honestly, the tears just run down my face. It was amazing.
Well, somebody once said to me, dear, I'm giving you a wee trade secret here, but they said, you do a talk show, don't you? I said, not really. I said, I do a listening show.
Yeah.
I said, and I have a listen to what people are about, and then we can start.
Yeah.
So if it's a genuine call, you look after them. If it's a half-wit, you treat them as a half-wit.
Yeah, that's it. You just said it straight.
You know,
straight to the point.
If it's somebody shouting and bawling, you shout and bawl back at them.
That woman, you said the guy came on and said he'd upset his wife.
He's upset. My wife's upset. I says, well, she can be as upset as she likes, but you don't come on shouting and bawling. She's very welcome to be upset. We don't mind.
She says, he says, she's lost her brother in this.
She's lost her brother. She's away to her bed. I thought, what's that got to do with the people of Scotland?
Oh, funny. Honestly,
oh, dear. I know, but you get this. I mean, I think they think we need to take this out on somebody. You know, and I think, well, you're not taking it out on me. You can take a wee bit out.
That's it, yeah.
And then that's it. It stops.
Don't cross that line with Scottie McClue.
Don't cross the line with McClue. Nobody crosses McClue.
No, definitely not. But listen to me, it's been really nice speaking to you.
It's always lovely talking to you, Dee. You're an angel. And thank you again for spoiling me, you know, and for all these pennies and things and that.
No problem at all.
It all goes into the wee bits of equipment.
Of course it does.
You know, and with another wee bit good to come, I'm going to see if I can get a proper microphone. Although I think the one we've got's no bad actually.
That is actually. It's fine. Sounds fine.
Everything's clear as a bit. I'm just blown away by the fact that we're actually on and doing it.
I know, definitely.
You know, it used to be just talk. He says he's going to start a phone in. I can't see how he's going to do it. We've got it. We're on. You know what I mean? It's just a question of people. And it makes me laugh because these new telly and radio stations, millions of pounds invested, nobody's phoning. Nobody's phoning. And we start night one. Hello, phone us. Boom, ding, ding. Jordan Palmer, did you?
You'll have it till the day we don't ever see you again.
Aye, well, that's it. That's it. And people will go, do you mind Scottie McClue? Oh, I mind Scottie McClue.
Oh, no, definitely.
The old woman calling about the hooligans. Did you hear her?
Aye.
Hooligans. Now, everybody's wrong except her grandchildren. Every young person's hooligans except her grandchildren.
Her yep, the angels.
Now, I have a grandson, away. And that's
I
all I said was away. It's a bit like Digi-I. She starts shouting, "Don't you take a full of me!" I mean, why phone? You know what I mean? Now, I don't want anybody to take the mince out of me, and I want people to listen to everything I'm saying. So, I think I'll phone Scottie McClue on Scott FM radio. He's a sensible chap. He'll listen to everything I say and do what he's told. And that's what makes me laugh about these public service phone-ins. Now we've got Margaret on that. Margaret, good morning to you. Yes, it was about the tablet. I think you can have too much sugar sometimes, and that, yes, it roughens the tablet. Yes, and I think, oh, tell her to, it's off. You know what I mean? And I'm itching. I'm listening to it. I go, another lost opportunity there for information, education, and entertainment. Absolutely. Wasted. But there they are. That's what they do.
Yes, indeed.
And they're very welcome to it. But you can see it's interesting from the chat back. People go, we discussed this last week. Oh, I know this again. You know, and I think we never ever had that. We never actually had anybody complaining about the content of the show. When people complaining about me.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you were the one.
Yes, the show would be brilliant if they got a proper presenter.
No, you were, honestly, you just made it. So you still do. It's obviously different than the Scott FM days, but it's still good.
It's still good fun, and it's lively, and there's a bit of nonsense. And it was a pal, I think I told you, he had a decorator's van, and the only way he was so busy, the only way you could get to see him was get him to pick you up and go with him. You know, so I would say, well, have you a cup of, I have any time for tea, Scotty? I'll stop by your place, you know, and you jump in and you would get the chat. And then he called in at the wholesalers, and I says, I'll just sit here and wait on you. No, I want you to come in, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I went in, and this guy says to him, he goes, John, all right, John, yeah, how's things? Oh dear. And he goes like this, he goes, oh, tired, he says, up listening to that Scottie McClue at night. He went, oh, him? Oh, God, he's only got one opinion, and that's his own. And then we got out in the car, he went, I told you, they're all listening.
There you go. That was good. No, that's excellent.
You know, oh dear, up listening to that Scottie McClue on radio.
Honestly, you got me through many a night. It was
darling,
just wonderful.
It's interesting. And everybody that says this, it's so interesting. You got me through some really tough times. Now,
definitely.
We didn't really think about that at the time. We weren't like the Tough Time show.
No, it was just
we weren't saying, hello, good evening. This is the Tough Time show, and we will get you through. There was none of that. It was all just shouting and bawling.
It was just natural living. And I was laughing the other night as well with the mother, the lady that came on that was moaning about you going on at that girl with a 3-year-old child that slapped her.
Slapped Wayne, and then I said she was a bad mother. She was not a bad mother.
She said she just slapped her, and you said she could have
leathered the Wayne for all we know, just slapped her. It was only a slap, you know. I mean, this is what you get, you know. The best one, do you know the best one ever, Dee? Was this woman arguing with me? I said, the young women today dropping their drawers. I've said it now. I said, you know, all the rest of it. I says, now, they say it happens. The Wayne just arrived. I said, no, not if you don't do that.
Of course.
You see, if you don't do that, you'll be stuck with a Wayne. So anyway, this grandmother came on, right? Very stressed, starts shouting at me. And she goes, my granddaughter's got a Wayne and she never done it. So
it just shows you.
Well, I was completely thrown by this, but then I says to her, just give me a minute, will you, hen? I says, right, I've got it. I says, the stork brought the wain and put it under the mulberry bush. Is that correct? And then she starts saying, oh, very funny. Okay, she might have done it the once.
It's so funny how these people just stick up for their own minute and, oh, they're angels. They can't do no wrong.
And of course, I did not, because I would have had to stuff a hanky in my mouth. You know, I could not bring myself with a straight face to say, are you sure she maybe just did it the once?
Oh no. Oh, you got to get them so you do.
But they were great fun, and I mean they'll come back.
Oh, definitely.
You know, we'll just have to maybe box a wee bit cleverer to keep in with all the wokey, snowflakey stuff.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but you've got a good audience. It's a different kind of
audience. It's different kind, and I'll tell you what we've got. We've got intelligence that we didn't have before.
Exactly, we never had. Definitely didn't have.
We didn't have, and everybody that comes on here. I mean, I thought the internet. I thought, oof, it'll be a bear pit. You know, but in actual fact, it's the intelligence that I'm loving, both on the TikTok, on the YouTube, on the Facebook, bright, clever people with good points.
Yep, and you're very clever yourself, Scott. You've actually learned quite a few wee things from you, to be quite honest.
Is that right?
So, yeah, no, I have. I don't want to keep that. I want to say this, and then I'll go and let somebody else on. That, the thing that I learned from you was the Catholic thing. How same religion, but the Protestants are just protesting against being Catholic.
Yes, they're the same religion, and I think people forget that. You know, you say, "Well, he's a different religion. He's Catholic. She's Protestant." I say, "No, they're exactly the same religion."
Yeah.
And all of us, up until the Reformation, were Catholic, and we're still Catholic, but we're not Roman Catholic, but we're still members of the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church.
See?
You know? So all these half-wits standing at an old firm game shouting and bawling, they're shouting and bawling in the mirror. You know, they're going like this. You're one of us. We're one of you. We're all the same. That's why they'll know. Let us stand together.
You know? It's amazing. I know.
It's true.
It's fantastic, honestly.
Oh, well, my darling. Lovely to talk to you.
It was so nice to speak to you too, and you take good care of yourself.
I'd better go, dear. They'll be saying to us, the show finished 20 minutes ago.
I know, get into trouble. Right, listen,
I love it, and I love you to bits. You're a great call, you're a great chat, and everybody loves you. So don't leave it so long. Keep strong and well.
I won't.
You know?
Okay, so love to the nation, love to you, and take good care, okay?
You're fantastic, and thank you very much, and I will attend to that. I'll have a word with Numpty Hood.
Thank you. Thank you, Scottie. Thanks, you're a legend.
Dinky-Doo, Angel.
Take care.
Bless you. Bye just now. Ta-da-la. There we are. That's our Dee. What a super lady. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, Scottie, Kareem.
Oh, Kareem, well done, sir. Absolutely. I'm not sure what the score was with the phones at the start.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Eeks Yal Rook has said, shouting and bawling in the mirror, Scottie McCLUE 2021. Rangers and Celtic shouting and bawling at themselves.
I know. I like that, Scottie. That was funny. That was really good. No, I tried to phone and it just cut out, but, you know, these things happen at the end of the day. But you're clear now on the screen because you were jumping.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had another big device connected for checking YouTube, and that might not have been helping just because we're on at peak time.
Well, I don't know. I've checked to see if you're on Facebook there, and I couldn't see you.
Ah, might have been something to do with that.
Right, yeah. So
Kareem, you want to see the beautiful TikTokers doing the swanny with the trolleys. They're shouting, and they're all following, they're sharing. How do you phone in? You go to the YouTube channel, you'll see the URL on the TikTok bio. Give that a wee click and come and subscribe and tap the bell, and you're on the phone in.
That's it. There you go. Away you go. Absolutely, Scottie.
Jordan shouting, lovely to hear you,
great
D.
show tonight. I've enjoyed it.
Oh, Kareem, it gets just better and better. Although I say it myself, it's nothing to do with me. It just gets more interesting. I think we're all relaxing.
Yes.
And you know that a big thing about a phone in is some people, their bottle goes. I mean, you must remember your first call to a radio phone and you thought, oh, come on, just do it. You know?
I was so nervous phoning you the first time on Nation Radio, Scottie. I really was.
And then once we get chatting, all that goes.
Yeah. I think a few calls in and I thought I was okay.
Aye, and now you're quite the broadcaster.
Yeah.
Lovely. No, you are. It's great. It's a real quality call. Numpty Heed needs to call in, says As Daz.
That would be interesting, yes.
We need to get him to call in. I think maybe a wee apology to you. Although, in fairness, he may have had a refreshment, but that doesn't excuse it. It just explains it.
Yes, well, yes.
You know?
To be fair, I'm not quite sure of what happened.
I think it was just some chat that turned a bit anti-Martin.
Right, okay.
And Martin, although Martin's full of nonsense and fun, I think there's also a bit of a wee soul element as well, like there is to all of us. And Numpty Heed maybe kind of wormed his way under that, you know.
Yeah, okay. Well, I suppose if you have a wee refreshment, then it's hard to know where the line is.
Well, this is it. You just think this is funny. They're all shouting back at me, you know.
Yeah.
I've made one call to Scottie, but I get the fear, says Jordan. Well, Jordan, no longer any fear. You make another call tonight. It'll be lovely.
Absolutely. Well, Scottie, what I was going to speak to you before, we've spoke about this in the past, and I've just read very briefly today about it. Mondays is always a very busy day for me when I'm back at work.
Of course, because you've got all your paperwork and all the weekend stuff. And
we had a meeting after work. Mondays is always a long day, and
yes.
I had to do the minutes as well, which was, you know, maybe I'm actually partially deaf, believe it or not, and that is a result over years with the noise that you have in the games hall.
Yes, of course. Yes, because games halls are just big, well, they're big resonators, really. I don't know why that is. I can remember our PE guy used to have to shout all the time.
Right, okay.
You know, and it was quite interesting. We got a wee bit fed up if he didn't appear at the start of the period, so we used to get the balls out and start kicking them around. And then he would come in and he always would go like this, "Put the balls away. Sit down. Some of you are so arrogant." And then he would give us a lecture about arrogance.
Oh, goodness. I wouldn't say that's arrogance. I just think that's kids being kids. You know?
It's just kids being kids because they think, we haven't seen them, so let's get the ball out. And
yeah. Well, that was, as I was saying about the minutes, I had to type and write at the same time and trying to listen to that. And it was a mess, but I got there in the end. But what I was reading about was our First Minister and Douglas Ross, the Tory leader. They were having a meeting today, and he's now, well, I think he's possibly doing this more to get back on the public side. Well, obviously, Tories weren't really ever on Scottish public side, but obviously we won't go into details of all the allegations that have been made against him recently. But anyway, to put that to the side, it was about drug consumption rooms, and what they want to do is to introduce that. And he and Nicola are obviously wanting additional funding from Westminster to try and get that implemented. What's your views on that, Scottie?
Well, I think also another way to tackle it, and you don't hear so much of this, but I think is actually to find out the drug trade in Scotland and start to say, look, we really need to step up on that. But obviously, that's a big challenge. The other thing is supply and demand. If there's no demand, if you say to people, look, there is nothing, there are no benefits at all in drugs, in the same way that the doctor told me when I decided to give up booze, I asked him outright, I said, are there benefits in alcohol? He went, absolutely nothing, no, apart from it's a social de-inhibitor. And I thought, well, I don't actually need that. You know, I'm laughing away here because the idea of Scottie McClue needing a de-inhibitor, you know, but I thought, no, so we don't need that. So I just chucked it. And now I appreciate that. I mean, alcohol is a drug, but obviously I wasn't addicted in the same way to that. And these drugs we're talking about are very, very addictive. But if you can break the addiction, you see, it was interesting watching Nicola Sturgeon and Douglas Ross tonight, because I did that 25 years ago at Scott FM.
Right, okay.
You know, and I went out, it was very high profile. Scottie McClue's coming out to talk about drugs, and the youngsters in a packed centre on a Saturday afternoon. And they more or less said to me, you're on. Now, I'm no specialist in drugs, but I just talked to the young people about all the temptations and why they didn't really need them, and that it just wasn't cool to be part of that culture. You know, and we had a fantastic reception from them, just because they loved the radio.
Yeah. I think we spoke that in the past, but I know Portugal has had success with it.
Well, did Holland not try it as well?
Sorry?
Did Holland not try it? They had special parks and rooms that you could go to.
I remember one of your viewers from America said that their area, whatever part of America it was, or state, had it legalised, and it was just a total disaster. But to me, if that's the case, I think it all depends on the management and how it's run.
Yeah, but can you imagine if you could pick fairly soft drugs up in a store? So you went into a store, you said, could I have 10 spliffs, please? And said, yeah, that'll be £4.20. No bother, thanks very much. And away you go. Now, then there's no kind of hiding. I think human beings love something that's a wee bit naughty and a wee bit secretive. And I think that's how it starts. Oh, no, I've heard that's bad for you. Oh, come on, try it.
Like smoking.
Yes.
You know, like when people underage smoking.
Yes, we were told not to smoke.
Yeah.
You know, and that sort of thing. And when you tell young people that, you know, something's naughty, then it goes underground. Now, smoking was very difficult to hide from your teachers because they could smell it.
Yes.
And in those days, we used to buy a single fag from a van that came to the school to sell sweeties. So you got a single for tuppence or threepence, right? So like 1p. And you had a wee smoke of it with your pals. You passed it to your pals. Then you nipped it to save it a wee bit for after school. You flicked the end off it and put it out and put it in your pocket. And this thing stank to high heaven. So the teachers all knew. The only thing is half of them were up to their elbows in nicotine.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I remember being pulled in by a deputy. And he said, yes, I want to see you in. You come by. So I went in, and the first thing he did, his ashtray was overflowing. And he opened a window because the room was thick with smoke. So he threw open a window and he went, now, apparently you've been seen smoking and you know the rules. This is absolutely unacceptable. And if you're seen again, there will be consequences. Do you understand? And I went away. Now, he just put his fag out before he came in to see me.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he lit another one as soon as I'd gone out the office.
It's not very good.
But that was exactly what took place. Now, it was hardly a deterrent. I just thought, I need to be careful. I'm going to get caught again, you know?
Yeah. I'll be interested to see what comes of this with this programme if it does get introduced. My personal opinion, and I know it sounds cruel, Scottie, but see if there's people that are like. I know you can't say junkies anymore. I've forgotten what the term was, what the police call them, but I think they lose their rights as a citizen. They get locked up and they go into rehab until they're fixed. And once they are fixed, then they need to still attend after, because that's when they're more unlikely to start.
There are dangers in making things acceptable in society. But there's a difference between making something acceptable and acknowledging that it exists. And what Nicola and Douglas were doing today was acknowledging that it exists and it's causing a big problem. You know, so that's a pretty good start for politicians, actually.
Yeah. Well, I think they know what. I think they've always known that it exists.
Oh, of course they have. I'm not saying they haven't. I don't mean in any way to be personal. I'm just saying that publicly on the news bulletin, by their presence, they are saying we are getting involved in this and we will sort it. And we're doing it together. So you're not having him nipping at her during First Minister's question time about how dreadful the drug thing is under the present administration, because it would be just as bad under another one.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a long time, and I've got no proof in this, but I'd imagine that consumption will have increased during lockdown because everybody's been when they were sitting in the house. So people were bored, right? What do we do? Let's take drink. Let's take drugs. You know, I think the domestic abuse is through the roof during that time as well. So there's a lot of issues. One big thing that I'm noticing just now is social interaction difficulties amongst a lot of young people. Because they've been stuck in the house, stuck on the computer, and they're just finding it very difficult to talk and to interact.
And you'll be seeing behaviour changes as well. Behaviour will have dropped because school's a great place for just reminding people how to behave.
A form of discipline, shall we say? But that's really all I wanted to speak about.
No, fantastic, Kareem, and quality. It's not just all you want to speak about. It's a huge subject you've raised, and raised it so well. And we will put this to the nation, not to the nation, to all the nations.
All nations, yes. Well, listen, I'll say thank you to Scottie, and again, thank you for taking my call.
Bless you, Kareem. Lovely to hear you. Dinky-Doo, sir. There we are. That's our Kareem. Fantastic. Numpty Heat's on now. I know who's on. Stop bullying Dee. Jerry, tell her she can talk for Scotland. I'll stick up for you, Dee. Dee said, sorry, it just flew by. Our Scottie can talk. Dee, never, ever, ever apologise for being on here. If we weren't enjoying it, we would have had the conversation. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scottie, man. It's Martin.
Martin, my man. How are we?
How are you? I'm very, very well.
Yes. Our fabulous TikTokers are just brilliant. Everybody on TikTok, follow me, please. And also go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, tap the bell, and join in the phone in. You'll get the link to the YouTube channel on the TikTok bio. Thank you, Martin. Now then, what's happening?
By the way, it's 31 days to Christmas.
You're kidding me, is it honestly?
31 days to Christmas, mate. It's shocking. Aye.
My goodness me.
And no wonder this is going to get in fast. I went to markets last night. They were fantastic. The one at Glasgow was really busy. I went up to Edinburgh on the same night.
Right, now you told me the Edinburgh one, you had to get tickets or something.
No, you didn't. It's not. That's not actually true. It's basically open to the full public. That was a rumour.
It was just a rumour, right. We take that back, everybody. That was a rumour that Martin heard. You don't need tickets for markets.
But you go up to the markets normal, go in as normal, walking to supermarkets.
Martin, I'm going to have to stop you. Do you know what's happened on TikTok?
What?
Maria Knight, the most generous woman in the world, has just sent me a train. And the train's just chuffed its way right across the screen.
Wow.
That's a beautiful thing. She's so kind.
Yeah.
She sent 20 quid on the Tapping the Dollar on the YouTube tonight. We popped up tonight about, I don't know, 4:30 or something. 12 minutes past 4 we popped up tonight. And she sent me 20 quid on Tapping the Dollar.
Wow, wow.
And that all goes towards equipment for the phone in.
Cool. So maybe some point I maybe donate some money when I've
No, but you don't worry about that. Nobody ever has to donate anything. Scottie McClue's 100% free. But if you're feeling flush and you thought I'll give him a quid or something, that's a different thing.
Scottie, Nancy Hedge wrote something on the chat on YouTube saying accusing me of holding up the phones. That's terrible. She's writing that.
I think Numpty Heed's just at the wind up.
Because
I would say, can I give you a bit of advice on Numpty Heed, right? I don't want this to get serious because I don't want to have to ban the chat. And that's the ultimate thing. And the chat's great. But Numpty Heed, if I can urge you not to take any of these people serious if they're having a go. Do you see what I mean? Because Scottie McClue over the years, 30 years, we've spent the whole program very often having a go at folk. So that's why people love it. So, but it's different on the chat with your good self there. So what I'm saying to you is don't take it seriously.
Okay.
Okay?
How's Matey Boy? Is Matey Boy?
Oh, he's lost the plot. He was wild the other night.
No.
You heard his call.
Yeah, I did that.
He was just going bananas, you know. I mean, but Martin, you get all types on here, and I wouldn't have it any other way. That's why I don't want to go stopping folk or banning folk or all that sort of stuff.
I don't want you to ever ban the chat because the chat's been fantastic.
The chat's great, so just ignore it. Just go, that's him. Don't rise to it because it's not actually personal.
No. There's a lot of trolls as well. Sometimes.
Oh, you'll get the trolls. Of course you will. Listen, it's open to the public. The whole world can watch Scottie McClue. The only reason it's not doing so is because they don't know it's on.
Have you had any calls from have you had any calls once from Australia?
Yes, we've got a lot of people inquiring, what would it cost me to phone? And I'm telling them to look for one of these numbers that you get cheap long distance calls, because it'd be lovely to have everybody on here from America, Canada, New Zealand, China, Japan, everywhere. I mean, we had Remembrance Sunday, we had a guy at the River Kwai in Bangkok. You know, I mean, fantastic.
My own favourite video on YouTube now is the one when you were in the field whistling at the dog.
Did you like that one?
I love it so much. So I've downloaded it. Were you actually talking to a dog?
No, that was the fun. I was making people have a smile. And I thought, I'm wondering if people are going, that's no funny. But I thought it was.
I know.
And I'll tell you the other one that I thought was funny, and maybe it's not, was I'm just sitting in my armchair. And I say, this is for people who are a bit down and a bit upset, and that sometimes I'm so happy I could jump for joy.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Now, I thought, I mean, what I think's funny might not be funny. But when I used to be serious on the radio, people say, oh, you're so funny.
I know. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. And people used to say, are you taking the mince out of him, or is he taking the mince out of you? And I said, it really doesn't matter, as long as somebody's taking the mince.
I know.
Professor Numpty says, accusing D of holding up the phones. That's terrible.
I know. But you have been fantastic ever since you started, and I am still downloading the videos every night. I am sharing them as well, and I've got a lot more to do, but I can't. Plus, I downloaded the Hog Grenade Bash one you did for me, especially for me.
The Hog Grenade, just for you. That's special for you.
Thank you, mate. And you're fantastic. And a big hello to Susan, Dee, Glenn, and Kareem
Fantastic. That is lovely. And a big hello to you and Dinky-Doo.
And give me a second, just Lottie. Say hi. Hi, Scottie. Emma.
Hello, Emma. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Yes. Have you got each other's Christmas presents?
Yes, I have. Yes. We have got 78 gifts under
Oh.
the tree now.
You'll need to hide them on each other.
And there's 31 days of Christmas, and Santa's on his way, and it's going to snow this week as well.
Oh, wow, you're a top man, Dinky-Doo.
Scottie, can you tell me the weather before you go, please?
Can we what?
Can you tell me the weather before you go, please?
The weather, right. Hello, good evening. The weather tonight, quite cold. Temperatures a little bit higher than for this time of year, but still rather chilly. Going out, there should be nice sunshine earlier. Do be careful just over in the east. Few showers about, the odd rumble or two of thunder. Keep the brollies handy, very important. Otherwise, a fairly pleasant day. That's your weather. Good night.
Thank you, Scottie.
Dinky-Doo la. Don't take any of that weather seriously. That was for entertainment purposes only. Very generous. That's what it's all about. Kindness. Water off a duck's back, Scottie, says Charlie. See you, China. Dinky-Doo. Carry on, everybody. Thank you for following us here on the TikTok. Dinky-Doo, Scottie. I'm glad you're doing phone-ins. Sparkles. Absolutely. Opinions on being fat, Scottie. If you can avoid it, do so. You wouldn't catch me. Were you on Radio Clyde 1? I was on Radio Clyde with the Clyde Keeley. So there we are. The word has changed so much. Medicinal, just say no. There we are. Dinky-Doo. Up the Royal Artillery, says somebody. That high will only last so long and they'll want stronger stuff. And before you know, it's too late. The man was... What's this? Don't know what's going on. What do we got? Hang on, guys. There we are. Fantastic. Right. Yeah, I've got an idiot here, guys, going on about something. So we'll just ban him. Okay, excellent. Ban going there. And follow us as soon as you can. Hi, my favourite friend, Dinky-Doo. Wonderful. Scottie McFash. Scottie McClue. Love your weather voice. Did you like that, Dee? The weather? Odd rumble or two of thunder. Do enjoy yourself. That's the weather. Good night. They're always so pleasant. Wonderful. I love his weather voice, says Martin. Hey, thank you, Martin. You're very, very kind. Right, to the telephones, everybody. See if we could squeeze in a small one. Nothing like it. Here's Scottie doing the weather. Brilliant. Michael Fish, eat your heart out. Jerry. Oh, Jerry. Did I tell you I've uploaded our calls the other night? 3 parts about the history of Radio Clyde. So have a listen to that. There we are. Could you block people back in the day, Scott FM days? No, you could cut them off and you could tell the lovable lassie to block the call. Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely. Good night, Scottie and Dee. Dinky-Doo. Good night, Susan. Sleep well. Jerry, Emma, Kareem, Martin, Scottie and Dee. Wonderful stuff. That's it. We're still early days. We've got about another 5 minutes. Hello, how are you, sir? We're brilliant, Iron Maiden. And Dinky-Doo, welcome on the TikTok, I say. 6,600 likes on the TikTok. Has everybody followed me on TikTok? Have you looked at every single TikTok video? Have you subscribed to the Scottie McClue YouTube channel? That's important. Good night, lovely Susan. Sleep well. It says D. Good night, Susan, says Martin. So there we are. Martin here. Wonderful stuff. 78 Christmas presents. Proper stuff, Scottie. The lovable lassie, I forgot her lovable lassie used to take the calls, and she was an outstanding typist. There we are. What's your thoughts on mentioning Maria has sent me autumn leaves? Maria, that's very, very beautiful. Thank you for that. You're so kind. Did you get your messages? Yes, you did. You did because you responded. Lovely. Thank you, Maria. Very, very much appreciated. A very cool tree, says Leslie. Good one, Leslie. Excellent stuff. Guys, can we get sharing the YouTube channel? See at the bottom of the YouTube picture, it says share. Just share that. Does yours say share? Is there an arrow going that way at the bottom? Tell me if you can share the YouTube. If you look at the bottom of the screen, there should be a share facility. Get that shared. Merry Christmas, Scottie. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. It's been a great phone-in tonight. Yes, Martin, it's been a belter tonight. Let's see if the phones are working. We might get somebody else on as well. There we go. Now, Johnny says, why am I gay? I think you are gay, Johnny, because that's what you want to be. There we are. You know, that's what I would say. Glass of water. Yes, glass of water. Oh, that's lovely. And we can actually have a follow fest. So everybody on TikTok, get following. What's your favourite drink, Scottie? Scottish water wheelbarrow. I love it. Good answer, says Leslie. Absolutely, Leslie. I want you in a Santa suit, buddy. Oh, there we are. We're never away from the Santa suit. I say to you, Santa Claus. There we are. Follow us as soon as you possibly can. Let's have a follow fest right now on TikTok. Everybody watching right now, follow. Do it, please. Yes, it'd be great because it makes such a difference. I say to you, are you for Scottish independence? Economically, I am. Provided it's under the crown and we're keeping the Queen as our head of state. Otherwise, you're losing 50% of the electorate and independence would be toast. But I have seen some half-wits who are anti-monarchists, which means they're actually anti-Scots. My chippy supper was lovely. Did you have it, Neil? Now, 2 smoked sausages. Was that right? It was 2 smoked sausages, wasn't it? 2 smoked sausages, brown sauce. Could you come on for part 2? We love you. Oh, Martin, what a lovely thing to say. Attention. There we are. I have arrived to find the Queen. Excellent stuff. Dinky-Doo. That's what we like. Oh, my goodness me. We've only got a couple of minutes, guys. You want to do a quick call? We can do. You've got the telephone number, should be in front of you. 0141 628 9795. There we are. Should Northern Ireland become independent? Damien, that's a very interesting one. I can't answer that because I don't have up-to-date income and expenditure figures for Northern Ireland. Yep. So that's the only reason I can't answer that. You're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hello, my man. It's Martin.
Ah, Martin, mince pie and ice cream. Neil O'Gormley, Martin. Neil O'Gormley had 2 battered sausage, chips, and curry sauce.
Wow.
And he scoffed. He scoffed the lot.
Yes.
And Neil's down in the south coast at Bournemouth.
The best chippy in Ardrossan is, what's it called? The Melbourne. The Melbourne in Ardrossan.
The Melbourne in Ardrossan. I'll pop down and give it a try.
Yeah, you should, buddy. I need to do. We can meet up for a wee refreshment.
Yes. Now here's a guy, Martin, saying I didn't come here all the way from Venus for this. Yes, you did. This is the finest thing you could get on earth.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just telling them straight. I'm on a diet, not allowed chips right now. Same with me, Colelio. There we are. What's it called? Cumbernauld.
Could you try and come in for a second part, or can you do that?
I don't think we can tonight, Martin. I'm going to have to say goodbye to the TikTokers. Guys, we love you, and we've got millions on. We love you, TikTokers. Ah, they're so beautiful, these people. They've had to go. What a shame. But
so let us know if you can do a part 2.
We can't do a part 2 tonight, but we'll look at it later in the week, Martin.
Thank you, because that's going to be amazing.
That's a winner, and you're amazing. And Dinky-Doo and night night.
Night, night. Love you, Scotty.
Love you lots. Ta-ra-la. There we are. That's our Martin and Emma Dinky-Doo. I hope you're seeing more of us on the YouTube now. We've just got the small lines up because we quite often have the big lines up. We're right out of time, you beautiful, beautiful people. YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much for watching. This is Scottie McClue from the Internet Phone In, saying Dinky-Doo to every one of you. Ta-ra, lads.